someone asks about schools denying dyslexia intervention. Yeah, most schools too are also telling parents, well, he has ADHD. That's why he makes reading mistakes. There's no peer-reviewed study that says ADHD causes dyslexia or that ADHD should be seen as the reason for reading problems. And ADHD type of reading problems are very different than dyslexia types of reading problems. ADHD type of reading problems would be they skipped words or they lost their place on a page because they got distracted by something and looked away. So yeah, you're right. Schools actually also don't diagnose dyslexia. And so it's a real challenge to try to get schools to become evidence-based, to get schools to really focus on what they buy matters. My dyslexia school, it's called the Einstein School. It's free. It's a charter school. We have 120 kids in that school. And for 25 years, this is literally our 25th year of giving free dyslexia services in a public school, we outperform our county by double, triple, and even quadruple the gains on the state of Florida's own testing of literacy. And you would think that would be enough evidence to convince even the local school district where that school is in Gainesville, Florida, that they should come partner with the Einstein School because they keep beating them every year. But it's not happening. And partly it's because they're not required to. And so that makes it really challenging of how do we get these really highly effective programs to parents. And so I'm one person with one set of companies. And the best I can do is I can control the fidelity of instruction through nowprograms.com online. I can control the fidelity of instruction and give really expert level instruction through the Morris Center clinics in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, in Ocala, Florida, and there's one in the country of Trinidad and Tobago, because I've got a whole team of healthcare professionals trained in OT and in the speech language piece and in the dyslexia interventions and in the psychology of behavior and motivation and depression. And they're expert level brain scientists who are working together to help children, teenagers, and even adults. We actually have had PhD MDs and PhDs and mathematics professors come to the Morris Center clinics for services because you can make these changes pretty much at any age. So I wish people were right that it was just, let's just do more teacher training. We tried that. Pat Lindenwood spent her whole lifetime and she was working training teachers up until about the age of 80. And literally from 1960s when she wrote her first program until 80 years of age, which for her is about 2002, she was still doing teacher training. And that program has had very little effect at the national level. And that's where we really want to push for more effectiveness and raise the bar, raise the standard of what we're asking schools to be purchasing is, lots of, Audie Allenbaugh and, Amber Carter Jones and others got lots of laws passed in Arkansas to block schools from buying Lucy Calkins' 3 cueing system that's been shown it has no proof of effectiveness. It's been shown that it's probably contributed tremendously to kids not learning how to sound out words. And yet it was one of the most popular reading curriculums in the nation. And it wasn't that there's a reading war. That wasn't the problem. The problem was there was no requirement that Lucy Calkins or anybody else had to have research evidence to prove the program worked before it was allowed to be put into schools. So the more we pass laws that restrict what schools can buy, the more we demand that the educational system doesn't get to use their own made-up definition of evidence-based that's watered down. We should make the educational system use the same definition of evidence-based that healthcare does. For decades, healthcare keeps getting better and better diagnosis, better treatments, better outcomes. Why? Because healthcare demands evidence-based practices from randomized controlled trials. That's what we've built with the Now programs. That's what we built into the Morris Center clinics. That's why we outperform people. It's not just the intensity. It's that we did the science to perfect and make sure the program is going to be highly effective. So I think that's a good point to leave with our audience today to say it takes all of us to try to convince and force and bring education out of the what I think and what I feel is okay, and it's okay to use kids as guinea pigs, into the medical realm of, if it hasn't been tested and haven't been proven to be effective, we should not be giving it to children.